Had to turn the camera around. Smile at you. That's a good vibe because I feel, the energy in the, throughout the Light family right now. It's actually getting all the way up, G. Oh, you see that spiritual connect going on, man. I'm talking about the actual semen retention, celibacy amongst the men. I'm talking about the original men, the NAGA of Amaru, and then everybody else who want to get in line. You know what I'm saying? You want to help get yourself without having, cloudy visions and all of these things, but you want to help strengthen the collective, and you're going to have to go ahead and get right with your diet, you know what I'm saying, and your whole overall discipline, G. I'm talking about sexual discipline, sexuality discipline, and all that, so you can be nice and shining and highly refined. We got the feather popping off right here too, B. Once I gave us like 3 of them joints. The high angelic force. Some of y'all like, the high angels, what do you mean with the angels? The angels, them, hey, nigga, I'm from Mississippi, dog. We already know. We got kinfolk now. I learned how to play baseball in a cemetery in Jackson State, nigga, when I was like 3. We use the bases as, we use the stones as bases, man. That's we also play football. I learned that we was cool with our spirits in Mississippi, G. I'm just telling you now. We was cool with ours. That was a part of normal shit when I was little. So me talking about, spiritual things in life, that's like the oldest cosmology that you're gonna get. It's older than, the so-called Egyptians, so-called Mayans, all these different places and things and civilizations that happened off in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when hip-hop started. When everybody just seen what hip-hop was doing, and they just took it and grafted their little shit on it and put their little techno behind it and shit. Now, everybody got techno remixes and shit. I done heard Billie Jean in a remix. It was crazy. I ain't hear no Prince, though. That's too much. Anyhow, it's like being connected to nature is very important. I know you probably be like, why is he talking about nature? It's in my DNA, man. Or my GNA, or Dios ribonucleic acid. That means God's nuclear acid. That means that is the chosen, the ripest nuclear acid on the face of the plane. All right, even within. Peace, Naka. Peace on. Ain't I had to smile at that shit. I'm jumping into the game, man, because it's like to get this delivery, you're gonna have to get it from from people who are like directly connected to these sources. You know what I'm saying? We already seen where everyone who was connected through the 60s, whoever were the rebels, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and all of that stuff, who was trying to do something for so-called black folk in America, but they ain't come directly from Mississippi. Some of them have, and they got murdered off. It's a difference with Mississippi people, man. Peace. What's up, Bob? How you doing? Peace. You know what I'm saying? Prosperity. Sending love and light. You know what I mean? And I love my Mississippi. Hey, from Japan. You an Iowan. Also, if you out there in Japan, I don't know if you're actual Japanese, but the Iowans, there's some chosen people out there. They're very advanced. Most high ripen people, spirits, man. Love to Japan, man. I love them. We're going to all connect. We're going to all be getting together, chilling under the all spirit in the future, but we're going to have to do this little work right here, and we're going to be right. We got to go through hell first. But it's all right, though. At least we got this come into play, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm building about Mississippi. If we Google anything, you'll see there's a lot of history that goes to Mississippi as far as like being the oldest culture damn near in the world. I mean, older than a lot of cultures that we see that so-called advanced with Buddha temples and Angkor Wat type of cities. Those were more advanced versions after time. There were different segments of times. But in Mississippi, there was like there was only the connection to the spirit and the all spirit, and the connection to the angels, which is your family. So we do have angels. Our family, when they transition, this is why niggas in Mississippi weren't really afraid of death. I wish people got a chance to visit Mississippi and see how the spirituality down there is. You know what I mean? As far as like when you do hear church, you can hear them through the forest. The singing of the choir is so in tune. There's some soul over there, even though they're using a different frequency, but you can still hear it. I'm telling you, it's like in Mississippi and Jackson, man. That's where I came from. No, I don't have enough. I wish I did, man. I need to use something to make some garments. Man, I had to make some, you know what I'm saying, as far as like you can use the stems to make huts and houses and, all these things. Man, that's the cure-all right there type shit, the cure-all be all. So the niggas was growing that, you know what I'm saying, in Mississippi for thousands of years. That's why they hate marijuana so daggone much. Niggas was already smoking it. It goes to show, or it goes to say in the OFFGRID, a book that was that came out in like 1848 or so, by a dentist who had automatic writing by the Most High. They call him Jehovah, high exalted angels, to reveal the history of Earth in the heavenly realms and on the flesh realms, which is called corporal realms. And so when he revealed everything about the prophets and the Moses and all these different things, and the prophets Chinese, which is China, and prophets Po and all that stuff that we didn't know about, and the flood, he talked about Iowata. He was from the mainland, he came basically from the Sea of which is called Sociopan, which is, they call it the Gulf of Mexico now. And that right there where the Most High came down and talked straight directly to a prophet named Iowata. Some people say Hiawatha, but you know, that's when the stories got kind of mixed up. But Iowata, according to OFFGRID, the Most High actually taught him, and the Most High asked him to name him. And this man was, you know, hella powerful. So he united all the tribes, and they came to be with the legend of the El Goquin and all that. And the name came to be when the Most High asked him to name him. And he says he took him to these different places. And Iowata was like, he asked Iowata what was the sound that he heard, and he heard the wind, and it was like E. And then he just put it together. Just called me Iwa or Awa or Iofa, or without putting the G in there, it's Yo. Hey, my baby told me we was Ungi. He told me about the word Ungi and shit. I had to look it up later. My baby is more valid, pretty much it. They kind of look down on us, and you know, and so basically we try to smoke a little bit. You know, they look down on us, you know, as far as like, they try to get the world to look down on us, because when you're dealing with this narcissistic personality disorder, dealing with the cluster B, narcissism is in there, sociopaths and all of that. They know how to gaslight, or not even say gaslight. This is a smear campaign. They know how to smear campaign, which is talk bad about, you know, their spouse or whoever they're with, or whoever their main primary supply is, which is the Mississippi nigga in America. They know how to talk bad about them and show bad, evil things about them to make the world look at his people as being the most evil people on earth, being that, you know, they was picking cotton and all this shit, and not realizing that, yo, these mothers already on the land had this shit already, had agriculture popping off already, and already taught everybody. But everybody forgot, because Mississippian just comes back to their land, meaning that when they go around, you circumscribe the world. I'm going to say globe, but it's really the world. That's where you circumscribe. The Iowans or the Mississippians, they tend to go west. The people of Guatemala, they tend to go west. They don't like to go east. You know what I mean? That's the cutoff. Like, you just don't really feel like going over towards Europe somehow, some way right now. I don't know too many niggas that's really going to Europe, except it's like, you know, Jamaicans or certain New Yorkers. And they're different Native Americans. They're different tribes. But as far as like going all the way to the east, like, nah, that's it right there. Boom. West, we'll continue going. So as we went west, we start building cultures. We went west, the opposite direction, you know, and then boom, got to the spot where we came back to the cradle and sat back and chilled and built our elaborate kingdoms. But see, this is where the spirits come in at and come to play, because you get this delivery from individuals who are spiritually in tune, and it's not like being like it's a spook thing. It's just like, you know, once you start refining yourself, the downloads will be coming. We be smoking. We say smoking every day like Nate Dogg. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, our spirits will give our ancestors. That means we communicate with each other, which is our mortals. We were protected for a time. You know what I mean? So nobody's seen our development and our connection to the divine, while everybody else outside of our world, of our land, they were like in the dark ages. They didn't have agriculture. They didn't have no type of, they just had to go worry about getting food daily type shit. And whereas with the nigga in Mississippi, we already have family gatherings and rituals, and we line things up because our ancestors, which became angels, taught us these things. We didn't just use our own physical senses at these times, because when we transitioned, we started to realize that, yo, damn, we had family on the other side. Okay, now these are energies. This is what they want to disconnect you from. This is why they give you false connections to the all spirit. So this is why semen retention is really important right now in this day and age, because they did everything to molest your spirit and your soul to make sure you disconnect spiritually. But you are very strong spiritual people, so you can't really disconnect because you're a chosen people and the Most High Creator, you know. And it's deep because I was doing it. I was to the God. We know the truth now. It was building about the actual bones and skeleton that was found in Africa and ones that's found over in Mississippi or in, you know, on the mainland type stuff. And the ones in Africa is kind of mixed with the apes type stuff, you know, chimpanzees, and the ones in America is pure straight up Homo sapien type shit. All right, and so the difference is, this is where the argument comes in at. They shouldn't really be arguing with us because truth is truth. And so angelically, you gotta understand it like this: the ones who are ape-like, they were the ones who are most who are in Africa. Remember, they give you different lands calling it name Shem biblically, but not really. So they are the ones who are unable to see, who are able to continue on an everlasting resurrection or have an everlasting life. This is continuing to evolve continuously, making that win. And this is why the fight's going on to get our shit back. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening over the mainland, because in Guantanamo, which is Amaru, is going to be the foothold, is going to be the spot where Most High established the kingdom. And they know that. The whole world know that. You know what I mean? The whole elite squad, they know this stuff. And so someone who's Iron One Druges people or drooks signs and symbols and codes due to a dark cycle from these people who are being tested, and their angels. And our angels were tested, but we still were strong enough to make it through. You know what I'm saying? The earth had a dark time, but we were still had the light of the Most High Creator. But now the light is coming back. That's why they set up shop in Mississippi, man. You know, portals and all that shit in there. It's deep. So anyhow, though, I'm gonna have to continue. I'm trying to get this out the way real fast. So I know they're gonna try to stop this. This is kind of a download that's coming. I ain't got it written down or nothing shit. So when they found that our ancestors building the mounds, the WASPy also builds on this, you know what I mean, from the dentist who broke this down through automatic writing. He would say, remember, we can't take everything on face value, but they're gonna mix in some of our stories that they took from our libraries too, that how we understood heaven, because they didn't understand the fact that we understood death like the way we do. You know what I'm saying? How we had rituals, burial rituals, and how we carried it out. Our ancestors told us through their evolution. They lived hundreds of years on the earth plane and while graduating so they can get off of the etheric, get into the etheric worlds. We already still knew the connection. You know what I mean? Whereas everybody else, they didn't know that connection. So their bodies was eaten by wild beasts, or they burnt it, or did something in the water, whatever they did. They didn't know how to dispose of it. Some of them ate them themselves and shit. You know what I mean? So we already was lined up with the stars, and it's only right, it's in our DNA for you to get this information from right from the horse's mouth. You know, not all the way being tricked. Because a lot of they shit they just try to set up on our land, it just didn't work anyway. So only a little nibble on that one. But anyhow, though, that's why semen retention, eventually, you know what I'm saying, and your diet is going to connect you right back to the source once again, because it was all connected on the mainland. And that's why you see, like, celebrities, they finna, a lot of people's finna just be like, yo, they're waking all the way the hell up, G. You can't buy shit back. You got to go ahead and get it back. And Most High gonna give it back to you. He's good at giving shit back to you. We just haven't seen it all the way, but you've seen it in little spurts if you just seen, you know, the sign and symbol for the conscious mind. So anyway, though, like I say, if they were really truly into bodybuilding and they wanted to build your body up to the highest esteem to keep you fresh, looking young, glowing, not on a lustful shit, but on a humble tip, you know what I'm saying? They weren't really prescribe you protein and shit, or tell you to eat some type of protein. I don't give a fuck where it's from, except if it's not from a plant source. Any other protein, like, you know, bacon, animal, whatever you think, your body will respond and use it and make you look swole, but you're gonna have parasites up in you, man. And so you won't even be able to complete the journey of the actual light, the light traveling to the crown chakra. This is what's needed. Excuse me. And they know it. So it's not like the fact that you can just be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get things together spiritually and physically. Now, they already told you that the Mississippian nigga is the one who's pretty much the oldest mug in the world, and have the oldest people in the world who dealt with, you know, the science and spirituality of talking to ancestors. And that could seem crazy, but it really ain't. Your ancestors become high-ranking angels and shit, and they give you information. And And during a time like this, it's very important to, all right, until you have to go up higher, you know what I mean, in your chakra system. And that already, as long as we got it already out there recorded, it's all to the good, you know what I'm saying? Because if anybody else was able to do it, they will do it. You know, your body, when you're in the cluster B personality, a certain mind state, you're used to abuse. You're used to doing things the wrong damn way. But that's psychopath type shit, which is you're doing things, and the psychopath in the wrong way at that. When you're doing things over and over and you want to change it to get a better result, but you just keep on doing it. That's wrong. You know what I mean? You want to perfect what you're doing. So it's one of the ways of doing these things. And by mastering yourself, you got to master your retention or whatnot. Your semen's sacred. You can get up to the crown chakra even by knowing external information. You know it just to a degree. But when you get the spirit game up, it's even more higher because now you're connected to temple first and foremost. And that information came straight from a NAGA from Mississippi, nigga. That's the motherfucker they love to hate. All over the world, see, everything. The whole Christ ideology, everything came from that. So for it to be like, to be overlooked DNA wise, it's like, you can do what the hell you want to do, but for those who actually know my voice and see the sight and be able to feel the vibration and frequency, they know. Might be a little ahead of the game, but it's on. And the only way you can do it, man, is to get to the top. You know, it's not to be having reckless sex with yourself and watching, you know, actual gangbang porn. You see what this is about. You want to be on Earth and reincarnate. Everybody's like, oh, reincarnate. No, you don't. You can't. Why you want to reincarnate for? You know, you want to be another version of a human. That's those false Osiris who comes in with the thought Gabriel, who makes it seem that who try to trap you in their false heavenly kingdoms, who give you humans so you can feed upon on your low vibratorial self. It's more than just picking up a weight, putting it down. We got moms out here that just like, look, they prescribing you all kind of meat, all kind of shit. They give you parasites, man. Ain't even telling you how to deworm. See how he is in your low state? Your magnetic attraction ain't even high no more. You know what I'm saying? Now you got niggas talking about you like date chicks. And the chicks is looking at you like, you know what I mean? So these personal trainers that come into the game, it's like telling you, like, yo, I'm gonna eat this meat. We do this and do this. You're gonna see so much hypocrites. They shit finna fall by the wayside. They getting judged right now, actually. Yeah, they going through some self-hell. What's happening? My man from New Zealand just had to say, shout out to Ronald. You know what I mean? Yes. Hope you get your workout in. You one of the true ones, man. Get your fruit in, too. So anyhow, you know, a lot of these, like I say, I don't really watch workout people on YouTube. I have studied the science of working out, and I see the science of health that goes along with it. And nutrition is a very big part, because people ask me, damn, what do you do? Where do you work out at? And I just be like, I don't even think that matters, motherfucker. I can sit outside and lift up lava rocks. It don't matter. If I'm eating wrong, then everything that I did, I can lift up whatever. It just ain't gonna even work. My muscle's not even gonna repair itself. My strength is gonna drain. I'm not gonna know. I'm gonna be cloudy vision. I don't have the right minerals in me now. I'm thinking I could go to McDonald's and I can go eat whatever. You know, 5, it's more about keeping them kidneys filtered, making sure you don't have no stagnant lymph. You know what I'm saying? And not just out for the physical side. We done figured it out already. In our ancestral lineage, we found out the science of spirituality, and we found out the science of physicality through the science of the zodiacs and the planets. Now we're linking it together, both. So we can't just lean one to the next and shit, one or the other, and have you just swole physically, and you don't know nothing mentally, spiritually, and haven't even tried to master your desires emotionally, and here you are eating steaks and shit and taking testosterone. That's a badass connection right there. You talking about the aggression? Oh my gosh, man, you might jump out the car on road rage and a person's not even close to you. Things may appear closer in the mirror. You may not even know. You get mad. He's up on my ass. You done already took all this pre-workout. You done got all this goddamn, these extra shits up in you, these hormones, whatever, testosterone and hormones from the food. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. So over here, we're on some more light bodybuilding, getting the body nice and chiseled and light, and you're strong at the same time. It's not, and you're feeling good, and you're not even over here trying to compete with nobody because you're just dealing with yourself. They're gonna be competing with you. Ron, what's happening? Ron, this says I always wanted to ask more or less on how much fruit do you eat in a day. I'm only fruit now, but a few weeks sometimes. Okay, boom. There's combinations and stuff to this, right? And I'm gonna have to see what the next one's. I'm gonna read the next one down too. There's combinations to it. Right now, supplements. I would say supplements is good. I did it without supplements. I eat fruit without supplements and stuff. But as you have to continue to eat the fruit like every hour or so. I got 2 oranges I still ain't ate in like 2-3 days. And I still got. But at the same time, I've been drinking like water like after my workout, or I'll take like a green tea supplement or which is extract. Some people are against that. I'm with it. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? It burns, it takes the fat and turns it into energy for your body. And so it also curbs the appetite. Now, I don't really eat oatmeal no more, but people who can eat oatmeal, that also curbs the appetite as well. And you can eat oatmeal a little bit later in the day. So you'll find that, oh, damn, you're really not hungry. You know what I'm saying? Or, you may not know, but you kind of can feel a little bit where I'm going with it. So when you add that in there, because you're constantly, like I say, when you're eating eating fruit all the time, you're going to be highly electric. So a lot of things is not going to be, you're not going to want to deal with a lot of BS. Even if you're in your fruit, you want to sit back and chill, but you're not going to want to deal with evil still. You want to be down to earth sometimes, and that's why when you eat like some type of raw food, even a piece of kale, not something that's overly cooked. If you've been eating fruit all the time, like for a long period of time, eating a high complex cooked meal could mess you up because your body won't be used to it. So you have to gradually go into, eating some type of like salad or leaf or something like that, something real light. What is really, I would say, even another piece of fruit, which is a tomato, which is a heavier fruit, and that helps, make your stomach line and do what it do, give you a whole new stomach line and get the old one out, and bring you a little bit down so you can be chilling. But I said, been vegan for a few years, but only fruit for 2 months. Only for, oh yeah, so you're detoxing basically. If you're just been doing it for two months now, you're just detoxing. And these symptoms, this is like, you're gonna look back on this, it feels so good because you're gonna look at yourself and your body's like making this new self. You're gonna be able to make your new body, like you can have a new body every week if you want to, especially if you work out, because you can eat you can find out whatever you eat, you can see its energy right away. You can feel it right away. You're like determining through your cellular level, like, oh, I need this. This. Before you know it, you instead of saying the food that you need, you'll know the exact mineral that you need. You get it down to the mineral, like, oh, I need this. And then I need this potassium or something real quick. Or magnesium, I can feel it, or whatever. And then you consume the fruit or drink the tea that has it in there real quick. And it says, I feel amazing though, just maybe not eating enough. Yeah, if you want to eat, you can juice too. Because juicing, you'll get more fruit in real quick. And this helps a lot. As far as like keeping you nice and actually enjoy food. A lot of more fruit. You can't eat little. Once your stomach gets small enough, you can only probably eat about an apple, 2. You can enjoy it though, whatever it is. Apples are really filling though. So whatever that can hold you over for a couple hours, then you eat it again. You know what I mean? Something else now. You can change it up. Now you got a handful of berries. You're finna enjoy these little berries now for a second. One by one, or together, or whatever your mind makes it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your mind makes it do it. Now you got some grapes later, and before you go to bed or whatever, you can eat a little salad with mixed up, avocado. That's fruit. A lot of the stuff we eat is fruit anyways, no matter what it is. It's going to be fruit. If it got them seeds, cucumbers and stuff, it's just that are more denser now, versus more astringent fruits like grapes and, tangerines and oranges and, grapefruits and stuff like that. So it says no hunger problems, just weak when it comes to my workout. Bam, no, not big enough, not big though, but noticeable. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you, mate. I don't know if I said it right. You grinding. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely, man. you can add pea protein. I would definitely recommend that. That's really nice. Or some type of juice right after the workout that is like has more calories in it, that is natural, that you can get. If it's two of those, if they have a natural kind of naked juice that where you at that doesn't have all that extra parade stuff, then you know what I'm saying, two of those is like 600 calories. You're gonna put on weight. It's gonna go right to the muscle. It has all the BCAAs, and it's gonna go straight to it. And you're gonna feel it because your body's gonna be sore. If you're not sore after the muscle, after your workout, your muscle's not growing. So you kind of want to be sore. You'll hit a plateau, and you find that, oh damn, I'm not sore. I haven't been sore in a while. You know what I mean? That's because you probably haven't hit a certain angle, but really you haven't intake more protein or plant protein or more fruit, something like that. You can get your supplement game, man. You probably won't have to eat. We getting a little older. You get your supplement game, man. You'll be straight, G. Antoine, what's happening? Because I be taxing them. I be taxing them raspberries. It's like them joints is off the chain, G. And we see, it's like I be seeing in the video game. I was like playing Golden Axe a long time ago. I'm like the big buff dude and shit walking in, or you know what I mean. You got the chicks all nice and everything, and the wizards. But they put the food out for us. It'd be like fruits, and then some of them would be the meat or whatever and shit. But I noticed that when you get the fruit, you be all smart and quicker and faster and shit and hard to kill. It was just crazy. I was like, damn. And the meat would be stronger, but it was just like you do more brute force. Golden Axe, that was a cold game, man. But yeah, them raspberries though, that's the actual gift. And I was eating those joints through like the season or whatever. Then when it went out of season, I was like, damn. Then I was up north and shit, and you know, in the mainland. And then another fruit grew in the fall. It ripened in the fall, and that was super, man. I was like, oh my God. I didn't tell nobody about the tree until somebody seen me one day over there collecting. I used to get like 20 pieces. I would sit back and really eat this fruit and get ripped up, man. You know when you're eating fruit, you'll be hella ripped. But you can take supplements too. Most I know is that I really wasn't able to afford supplements, so sometimes I'll get them and then I, you know, show out to myself in the gym, just have fun and shit. And they actually work. So I might get on them joints now, the BCAAs and shit. You know what I mean? So I can get, you know, show the difference. It's like, yo, we ain't got to go back to eating the fish to get swole. Some of our people have, you know what I mean? But it's like, yo, it's hard to deal with the world when you're more mainly on the fruit diet. I had a lady friend that was with me. She used to try to be, she was from Samoa. She was a bad magical chick. She could swim real good. And so she would try to live like me. She was a thick head ass Samoan though. And I mean that in a good way. They know I mean that, right? And so she got thin, she got skinny, she was working out with me and stuff. And she was doing the fruits and everything with me. But she did it for a while. She got really pretty. Her hair was so long, like she looked like Moana, man. And but she got thinner. She was happy, but she's like, man, I can't eat. I gotta eat some meat or something. The fruit had me just agitated. It's like, cause you be mad at shit that if some bullshit that comes to you, like, you know damn well not da-da-da-da. Cause fruit had you on the edge a little bit. But if you by yourself, you'll be feeling so good and boom, boom, you know. Especially somebody come with that bullshit, eat you a piece of fruit. It's like a medicine. It's like Earth's medicine. But yeah, Ronald's, he's detoxing, and that's a good thing. After about a while, yeah, add in something different, or you know, something that's you know, grounding a little bit more. A potato, you'll be like, damn, you feel like you ate a steak. Whatever a steak was and shit, you know what I mean? I haven't ate steak in, man, 1995 or something like that. And I didn't want to eat that shit no more. I was like, man, that shit not right. But come to find out, Michael Jordan used to eat steak before every game. That man, in his eyes, was always bloodshot red shit. I know it's a beast, but it make you aggressive though, you know? It do make you aggressive and finessing and stuff at the same time. Hot tomatoes, man. I love tomatoes, yo. I love tomatoes. My granddad, like I said, Mississippi, when I was in Mississippi, I got the best, you know, I had to grow up. Mississippi was like heaven at first for me. So I had to grow up. Most High had to bring me up to Chicago and Memphis and Minnesota. I had to go through that type of life. You know what I'm saying, too. But Mississippi, I learned how to do everything through nature, like the horses. I was friends with the horses, the animals, the red birds come through the hood. My granddaddy was like my dad down there. So it was like, you know, he showed me a lot of things to take me out to the country and show me these plum trees that he picked. And I always knew I liked the, you know, earthly stuff, you know. And that he picked that him and his brothers planted when they was little, man. He was born in 1905. And so we go out there and we'll boom. I just shake the tree, get all them joints, go to back to the, to the neighborhood and stuff and give them away and eat them and all that stuff. And everybody's working together. We never really seen white people a lot at all, really. Shit, maybe a couple. But watermelon patches. I mean, everybody had lines in the garden. You know what I mean? That's stuff I seen a lot. Or there would be like a meat house or something like that. But I noticed I never ate meat like that. My granddad never really fed me meat when I was little. Yeah, we ate meat. It's only fish because we learned how to eat them damn 100-bone fish down there. And we learned how to fish with corn, all right, corn or bread. We was catching fish, man. And yeah. So when I got out to Minnesota, my dad, he's a good cook. But in Mississippi, like my granddad, I would have beans and rice, and all the peas and cornbread cooked in a cast iron skillet and stuff like that. Real food that was like had me thick, and strong and shit. I never ate sausage or bacon. My granddad never fed it to me though. He'll eat it, but he never fed that to me. He wouldn't even feed me eggs. You know what I mean? And so he told me not to eat swine too. I remember that. But as I got older, I'm really, you get in your teenage years, you gang bang. Hey man, hey bro, that's swine up in there. Yeah, monosodium glutamate in there, bro. You don't want that. But anyways, on my dad, when I got around him, he can cook real good. He'll cook oxtails and all that shit, liver, gravy, stuff. And just to make him proud, I eat his food. But then I experienced those damn parasites in me myself. I was already spiritually inclined and can feel things. Because in Mississippi, shit, I was always playing with nature. I learned how to ride a horse when I was like 3.5, 4. And shit. I mean, I was always outside and walking around in nature by myself. Up north, it's a total different ball game. It was totally different. So kids was cussing and shit when I was up. I was like, damn, they cuss. And it was just different, But I ate it a whole different way. So I seen it as I grew where the parasites came from. Because I was already, man, them parasites could mess you up. Most High healed me. If it wasn't for the Most High, I wouldn't have been healed. My dad and them didn't know. But they cooked things differently than my granddaddy did. My granddaddy cooked pancakes by scratch. Everything was from scratch. Like, straight from scratch, man. But my dad, he did it from scratch, but it'll be a little bit of cityness in it because he was a hustler. He was one of them type of dudes that lived out of hotels. He went through a harsh life, but was a very heartful guy. But anyhow, though. So as I grew, all these things I knew was going to stick to me as I got older. So I knew I was be able to talk about it later, just like the birthing stories and stuff like that I revealed. But this right here, I know the semen retention for sure is what it is with the fruit. You got to be with the fruit. Some people say fruit and it raises spirituality, and that's good. But if you got that light, it does raise spirituality. But when you got the light, it does with the fruit or the semen retention, the sacred, and all that shit. It adds with it though, or the semen sacredness. You got the amount of foot. It's all in you, chief. And I feel that that's how we would have it to get back up. I think we was already at each other. I mean, now you'll see us in Mississippi like that, but it's not a really murderous state. They talk bad about it like it's the most dangerous place, and it's not. I mean, it is if you're outsider, you don't know, but not really. It's not like a Chicago type shit. It's really, you can be there with brothers and we'll be all good. What's up, like, But it's all American Indians, nigga. Indians, nigga. Choctaw. Everybody getting along, chilling, eating, cooking, working out. You're going to see some of the most in shape brothers down there coming out the bush, man. I mean, everywhere. I mean, women so voluptuous. Hey, now, sweet, and you keep treating you so good, man. Sweet. Say your name, man. Make it sound so good. You be like, damn, I ain't know my name could be said like that. They said it with a tone. But that goes back to being some of the oldest people on the earth. Giving, most giving people, most loving people on earth. We got the most worst flack you can ever get, G. In America. The most Mississippi niggas the most hated in America. But everywhere I say, when I tell them I'm from Mississippi, no matter where I'm at in the world, and when they hear Mississippi, they say it like that. They say it just like that, with a smile and shit. So it goes to show you the vibration and the frequency that come from that word, And they try to hate on it, but that's most High's people. And the Owaspy, it tell you that the Mississippi or the Geechee or the Geechee's named the creator. But the Owaspy will say that the Iowans or the Most High people are the ones who are connected with nature. They don't want to be bothered with everybody. They learn the science of the stars and all these different things. through their, of course, and celestials, who done already graduated off Earth planes, became Etherian chiefs, things of that nature and shit. Osirian chiefs, on the high Nirvanian councils, and the higher heavens, man, even higher than that, than already been up. And then knowing what's going down right now with their babies, discovering the things in the mound. It's all about this light, G. And through one of their babies, they're going to get the information out. It's not going to be from nobody from New York, Chicago, Milwaukee, Miami, or wherever. It ain't going to be from none of that. It's going to be straight from the horse's mouth. Guys from Mississippi. There you have it. It's fucked up. I know, right? I know. Nah. But they know. They know what's up, G. They ain't going to be Cali, none of that. It's none of that. Because it's you gotta see this thing is deeper, man, because they looking at it like, they looking at the most humblest and peacefulest people. Where you get that hugging from? If you go to Mississippi right now, if you drive to Mississippi right now, the mother wave at you. You don't even know you. Oh, my grandma wave at you, chief. Auntie, whoever, B. It don't matter. Even if they hard as hell, they still wave. Hey, now. Keep it moving. My mother tried to get out here. I was in Hawaii, and the Hawaiians got a chance to get a chance to. It's energy, man. It's energy. And I love the Hawaiians too, man. They're some peaceful people as well. They remind me of us. All right, the ones I ran into. Yo, bro. Yeah, bro. That's how they sound out here. They be cracking me up. But they rock the feather too. They see me with the feather, and that's what kind of make them be like, I got the feather right here, G. They see me walking down the way with the feather. And one of them pulled me over. They was like, man, you the light bearer. You got the light, you got the feather, and then I'll represent them and wear the kooky beads they have. You know what I'm saying? That also just adds on to being the light bearer. I'll wear their beads too to show them, hey, we connected. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what they try to show, because they never seen their cousin or another island. Because Most High is going to place us all in different places. We've been shipped out from Mississippi to everywhere, man. I mean, especially in the Caribbean. You could see a nigga in Jamaica right now that look like a Mississippi. I could tell you right now I like the dude, what's the fast running dude, the dark, tall brother name? I forgot his name. The nigga that do that, I forgot. But then there's the little nigga, the little red one. I know his last name is Blake. I know that motherfucker from Mississippi. But even though he's in Jamaica, he just looked and feel like a Mississippi nigga. And he was able to beat this dude. He's littler and smaller. He could beat him on certain, but when it counted, he couldn't beat him. But you know what I'm saying. But he's fast though. I forgot his name. And you can just tell in the islands who got that extra Mississippi. If you're a Mississippian, you know every nigga in the world. I say that to any bitch I don't ever got with. I say like that. To anybody, I'm like, Mississippi niggas know every kind of nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know it. I don't even care where you're from. We just know it. They may not think that we know. They may think we just naive and don't know nothing, man. But we know every time. They all came from Mississippi. They are one of the prototype is in Mississippi. It's still in a wild state. Mississippi. We got people that still in Mississippi ain't never left Mississippi, man. They don't want to. Mississippi's so beautiful. They don't, and the spirit is the spirit there is what makes you stay. It may not got no buildings and nothing like that, or all that, no team. The people is what's will make you be like, damn, I didn't know. And even off of our spirituality, just on our low level, look how you feel when you get there. You'll feel like you're a part of the family, G. And so if you're talking to a Mississippi nigga in the world, you'll realize you feel like you're a part of the family with that person. Because of the love of the Creator is in that mug, man. I ain't lying to you, know it. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like we jump back into the Waspi called the chosen ones, or his babies, the Iowans, were ones who are capable of everlasting life, which is higher everlasting resurrection, going to the top. I'm talking about going to the highest heavens, man. Like we have the higher heavens, be like there's no human on earth that got ancestors that can get outside of the firmament. We already got ancestors outside of the firmament. And this is what they know. And they're coming into a time to see this now. Because now we're reaching up. Now we're getting online. And this is the way. We're getting our crown, our light to the crown chakra. Because they found out how we did this shit before. And they kind of got to spill the beans. They know we're going to figure it out, whether it's naturally, organically, whatever. But we're organic people, so we're going to figure it out nature-wise. And it's all going to come through a set in time of how the so-called planets are lined up. You know, these are just celestial bodies that has effect on mortals, which is on us. You know what I mean? Even though our spirit, which is our natal chart, when you just capture at birth, when it comes out of the canal, like boom, you have some on conception when you kind of line it up, but also when it comes out of the canal, boom, that's your picture. You see where all the planets were in every house when you came out. That's your sign. This is your name. Your name is that shape, basically, and shit. You either got that grand trine, you got that grand square. We had a nation of grand trines, G. We have to look that up. That's getting a little deep, but that's dealing with astrology, and the true Osiris is the one who delivered that and gave us that science. He was an Ethereum. The false gods, or the false Osiris, and the false Gabriel thought are the ones who try to trick humanity into being reincarnators over and over again. You know what I'm saying? They're just money getters and wrongdoers. You know, they just don't want to go higher in their resurrection. They didn't want to at that time, but now they're doing. They have to do it, shit, G, because the time is up. You know what I mean? But it's really shit. That's all Naga's really basically shit, because we all went and spread out and we stopped in certain areas, whether we want to chill out Cali or whatever. We like the first. And so, yeah, they're going to give us information back through like the Owaski, like, yo, Lumeria is the first, Pan. I understand. I'm out here in Hawaii, so I understand that science, you know, of, because I know there's mounds out here. So anywhere there's mounds in the world, I know my ancestors at. They left the clue. They like, nigga, go there. Boom, I got you. We're going to deal with so-and-so, so that can manifest there. Yeah, their bones is there, but their light is already around. And, you know, when you get in the atmospheric realm, which is right after the transition of death, you're there a little bit longer, G, because you're learning more things. Now you're learning the science of science type shit. And this is how science is taught to the mortals. This is how it was taught to us, and they're now figuring it out. Like, these niggas was really in communication with their motherfucking ancestors, with their spirits. Not just any spirit, our tribes, nigga. Like, everybody that's around, like, what's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? Shit, you know what I'm saying? They mastering certain things as they spiritually evolve. That's what it's always been. Hey, what's happening? All right, my man. Definitely. I got you, Ryan. I like you, Ronald. Pardon yourself. I didn't mean to say it like that. I got you, Ronald. Come back. Appreciate you. Good day. Down in Australia, man. We meant to touch the light around the world. You know what I'm saying? I see I couldn't just attract only my Naka, so we attract. I see that the light, most I had the light going to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Those who can feel it. You know, and then that's how the new world, the United Nations will build again. You know, the whole Abyssinia again, when we all have that cold mixture of cultures, of, you know, customs and shit, of, you know, just tribes and people, the right ones and shit, and we just like, man, you know, the plan is, the Most High is trying to get everybody to get outside of the earth plane, not have spirits lingering around on earth, because where do you think these spirits is going? The God basically is the one responsible for getting the spirits off the earth plane. But when he got renegades and motherfuckers that's falling and falling from rank and going down trying to entice these damn mortals and run these mugs and shit and tell them to do this, that, and the third, you're gonna have a little bit of problem and shit. It's gonna take some time in this cycle. But when you graduate them, these are, man, we already know the signs of graduating off the plane. We want to leave and go to Etheria and boom, 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 and continue on growing forever and ever. Everlasting life. But man, they don't want to do that shit. They want to live on earth and reincarnate and do shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And if we leave them by themselves, that's what will happen. You know, so when the Most High gives them a people to look at, an ion one, or a person who lives by the stars, the nature, and the alignment of the seasons, then they can see it in the flesh. Like, oh, this is how we do it. Okay. Like, yeah, you see, you don't kill off the motherfuckers who's helping you, because who else is helping you, nigga? You can't listen to the angels because your vibration's so low because you're running around killing shit and eating shit. You got so many parasites in you. So Most High was merciful enough to put his people next to you so you can be able to understand. That's pretty much what it is. So now you're doing the same shit, but it's got the game is a little bit higher. We're gonna have to deal with celibacy and shit. We're not talking about yoga. We're not talking about that. That was a little bit older. They kind of came in and messed up our little thing again. But right now, it's like, yo, the chosen ones are the ones who, the ones who's qualified is the ones who qualify themselves now. The ones who's try to reach out to get to the Creator, so the Creator can reach out to you and grab you up, send the right high exalted angels, your ancestors, your team, all that to connect to you. So basically, if you don't know no better right now, it's basically refine season. Just refine yourself. Refinement is removing trash and filth. Today's supreme map, we're gonna deal with the knowledge of God, all being born to build, destroy. If we're acknowledging God, then yesterday we was acknowledging equality to born to God. Now we're acknowledging God, we're knowing God, we're knowing what? We're 1 and 7 now. So if we're knowing God now, which is the motivator, sustainer, controller, and Lord of all worlds, which is self, basically you, now you know to build off of this understanding that we already constructed. When we're using wisdom, which is the solids, liquids, and gases, the actual philosophies and the science of what we done studied, that becomes our wisdom. This is our actual, building blocks to get to this understanding. And by doing such, we're showing and proving God, which is destroying. Build or destroy. Destroy borns God. So God destroys, but he came to build. So in order to build, you're going to have to destroy anything that's weak and wicked. And that's the shit that we seeing right now. And most I ain't going to lie, that shit to have this slide. So wicked gods in the flesh, and we're a different class, you know what I'm saying, in the flesh. And the mothers looking outside in the Coliseum paying attention, and they aiding. So you know, once we find our spirit and we find our health and our corporal bodies, well, our spirit is going to be a little bit more higher. And we're going to connect even more creative songs. We're not going to be stuck in the loop. Necromancy ain't going to have shit on us, because we done outgrew necromancy, like we done outgrew dope and crack and all that shit. Crack wasn't in the daggone temple. Crack wasn't in the sarcophagus there. Cocaine probably was, but not crack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they would try to come. So that's on you. You're trying to get to that third resurrection. We all trying to get to third resurrection. We on there. We're about to be on the third and second and third resurrection. It's a war on second resurrection. When we hear about resurrection, our ancestors already knew about these resurrections, and it's about transitioning to death. The physical life is short compared to your spirit. All right, so it's like basically the third resurrection. That's the number we're going to be given, because Waspi talked about this, but you're going to have to use discernment in your spirit, which is cool, because Most High gave that to us as a gift, as a present for us to break it down. But this second resurrection is where we're supposed to learn the science of all things, like how we learn, stuff in college. Are we supposed to continue our elementary studies? But they kind of fucked us up in the Department of Education on Earth. So hence, Most High had to go over their head and get one of them motherfuckers to go against one of their own motherfuckers and shit. Like, no, because the time is up right now, and that's why they're fucking pissed, because they shut all these departments down. You know what I mean? And also niggas getting their time to get their shit back in order, and to expose all the snakes in the grass from the weak ass niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the year of the serpent, basically. So we seeing all the serpent ass niggas and shit. At the same time, applying our own energy, our own Kundalini energy, and building our own self up to destroy anything that's weak and wicked. That means that we knowledge in the cipher now. That's 1 and 7 equals 8. 8 is build or destroy. Build borns understanding, destroy borns God. All right, so God and understanding, that's 7 and 3, that equals 10. 10 is knowledge in the cipher. Knowledge cipher, the 10th letter in the alphabet is justice, or J. So now that we knowledge the cipher, we're here to bring justice. We're the justice scale holders now. We're bringing justice to anything that was done wrong to us, just by living off of our true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in this day and age. So it wouldn't go like that. We're intuitive, man. We're not with their whole little program of just like big eye, little you. This shit get downloaded right now. Like that's high inspiration, and it's always gonna be that way, because we're connected to the upper rooms, and that's what they don't like. And they don't know if a nigga connected to the upper rooms. That's why they try to that nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's real. So right now, it's the message. And if it ain't nothing you ain't do, if it ain't nothing that you won't do, nigga, this right here is the most important thing you're gonna have to do in your life. Is the semen retention and eating the fruits, berries, and the melons, and detoxing, because you're gonna detox their thoughts, detox everything that's in their shit. You don't belong, you ain't gonna fuck with their clothes, but you're gonna have style when you do your shit. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, you're gonna be working out. That's gonna help you, And we're gonna get up to the higher resurrection on the third resurrection, where we're gonna be meeting up with true God. That's what true God reigns at. the true one, you know. So as far as like dealing with the second resurrection and first resurrection, you might still be on first resurrection because you're still having, pardon me, it's my little, you know, Thursday around and NAGA and shit. You know, first resurrection with all them nightmares, you may have visions. So sometimes, you know, we also created feng shui, so you may have to change your position of where you rest at, depending on the pole. Well, not really the poles, but just the magnetic pull of the earth. You can feel it. So if you change directions, you may, some of us who can see Sargis, which is like see and hear more spiritual things, they call it Sargis and the Wasp. You know, some of us that can see that, you can, which is hear things and spiritual things, you know, changing your direction and resting is very important because you can see visions a little bit more. If you want to see a vision, like you could turn in a certain direction, like I know I'm gonna see this shit tonight. I'm laying this way, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. Hold on, pardon me, y'all. What's up, dude? Ooh. All right. I had to pop my little neck. So yeah, they wouldn't. They be on mugs and shit. G. It just depends, and they know how to come into your cars. Like, cause remember, they know how to come into your dream. You got 5 of them around you. You can actually entice these five to help you. You use them as your, and they'll help you now. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to get off the earth plane too. They've been roaming around and shit, believing the false gods too, or just doing their own little thing. And they're around. They're on a higher frequency. But they also help you too. So most I give them to you to use them as your footstool. If they wicked or they just like, you know, they just like the you gonna get shit done, and they'll help you do it. And it's like that in the flesh too. And you got a nigga that's like, he's hard, and he's like, nigga, I know I'm not like you, but I'm gonna look out for your ass though, nigga. You don't need to be up here in the corner with us. Here goes something. I'm gonna make sure nobody touch you. Type shit. And it's the same shit in the spirit world, but it's just more species. Some of the species can't get to everlasting life or have everlasting resurrection, or don't have the potential to see things spiritually like the Iowans or the Mississippians, you know what I'm saying, on this world, on this 196,940,000 square miles. And a lot of them came in through help of their angels in their atmospheres that came and breached in so-called the firmament or the domes in worlds that weren't fully developed or connected to their spirituality. And that's how they mastered other worlds and took over their worlds and ran them dry. You know what I'm saying? So some stories you hear about the Anunnaki who kind of ran their world dry, it came from like Malachi York, Ross Parker talking about that, and they had to go to somebody else's shit to get gold, which is Earth, our shit once again. You had to go get gold, and they say everybody was coming to your shit, get shit. Well, why is everybody coming to our shit? Oh, it's just like, you know, cosmic thing, you know? It just came and got minerals out your shit, that's it. Oh, nobody didn't want to run our shit, but we had all the minerals? Come on now. Okay, so anyhow though, so they wanted to come get gold and go fix up their atmosphere. But remember, the atmosphere is dealing with spirits. This is light body building, connected to the right. We connected back to the source sheet. So if the atmosphere is spirits, then they wanted to go ahead and strengthen their atmosphere due to someone that they let on their planet, that they allowed land and space to live on, and destroyed their atmosphere, which is like destroying the ozone layer, which is basically attacking the spirit game first. So another spirit had to teach these motherfuckers from other worlds to how to penetrate their domes. Certain domes they can't get in. Certain atmospheres they can't get in because it's so strong and the connection to the creator is so hard. But it doesn't mean that the whole galaxy is connected yet. Just certain little ones now. There's galaxies in the Most High's, creations that has all of them connected, bright ass lights and shit. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we're in the pick of the mold in the game. G, it's on over here. In different worlds, it's different too. You know what I'm saying? But in this one, this is what we got going on over here. You know, and so being that some of these people, some of these beings, they don't have the science of seeing everlasting life and spirituality and shit, like the Mississippian or the Ion. You know, that was the first nigga on Earth who the Most High was basically teaching, or had angels, as high as all the angels, teaching the science of spirituality and shit about, because they was capable of understanding the science of the cosmos and everything. Like, oh, these niggas are smart. Let's talk to them. Whereas other Muslims, barbarians and shit, you know, they didn't know nothing, no matter what you told them and shit. So Most High used the Iron Ones and shit, or the chosen ones, to teach these muds, like, yo, this is what it is. And then leave them alone and see if they can uphold them teachings. And as we see, a lot of them motherfuckers can't. Peace. What's happening? Hey, let's see what time is it? Cause I'm about to get ready to hop off this in a little moment. About like 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and check the whole little messages and everything, and then you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can definitely chop it up. Sure, I ain't tripping, bro. You know it is. You know what's up, man. I just gotta go sit down for a second. I was just getting a little download from the from all our ancestors. They up there like, cause they all communicate, man. We got heavens all over the world, and they try to infiltrate our heavens all over the world. When I say our heavens, they all over the lands, whether it's over Hawaii, whether it's over the islands, over the seven and the triangle, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Out in the Pacific, whether it's over Central America, South America, North America, even in Germany. Niggas is in these heavens and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things going down. And all these treaties are about to be broken a little bit, and the powers and the energies is going to be balanced again. And everybody's seeing the hand of the Most High through through creation and shit. So it's happening through the living example. And that's why they try to stop it. They want to stop it. And it's like, it will bring peace and happiness. You see, the niggas got all that money, so everybody gonna be happy, G. You talking about tips? Man, what the hell? Because everybody, they done figured out how to go a feather that then got given to me. Birds, they over there just chilling. Look, they resting. You know what I'm saying? So they know it's peace. People know it's a peace to be around me. They'll just stop by me because it's like, oh, man. It's the presence. And they tell you something different because it's the light. And I'm not tooting the horn, man. If I was around somebody who had the light up that, I wouldn't want to leave around them. I would want to be intrigued and ask them so many questions. But some people don't understand. Their ego be in the way, and then they don't want to do the work to get to that point too. But at this point, we all got to be at that point, man. It's the only truth for the real ones. And the ones around the world, controlling the weather and shit. The wind blowing hard. That is just calculated. They're like, no, the wind is just blowing. No. Man, the spirit is strong as a motherfucker, man. Yeah, and I'm not trying to toot the horn. We got to get it all the way up, and that's building with the faith. We call it natural faithists. They called us faithists because we already knew it was something bigger than where we was at. That's what they call the Iron Ones or the Mississippians and shit. I hear sometimes they call him Birdman and shit. I'm like, okay, Birdman, honey. Because I'll be up here with the little bird. What's up, man? You want to come on through and say hey to everybody? It ain't go. It ain't go. We back. Hookahs. I'm some comfortable shoes, man. I'm those some food to the come here, Swift. Come here, Swift. Swift like, I'm on camera. He's like, I don't want to be on camera, nigga. I don't want to be on camera. Camera shy and shit. You don't want that. Swift don't want to be on camera and shit. Well, look, say hey, y'all. What's up, man? Say hey. Don't be mad at me, Blanche. Blanche trying to give me an attitude. Like, man, you trying to show out on us. We ain't showing out. We just be connected with nature, man. We chilling. You know, the water, them fish is gonna ride up on the side. I had a needle nose fish swim on the side of me, 2 of them. I'm like, what the hell? They look all blue and glowing under the water and shit. I'm like, what is shit going?